needn't cost an organization a dime. First one, connect. What does that mean? It means getting emotional. Some people get uneasy when you talk about emotions in the workplace, especially executives. But have you ever noticed that you never hear a manager saying, look, don't get so excited about being here, will you please? Or why are you so happy? The reality is emotions come into play in almost everything we do. The leadership challenge isn't to avoid them, it's to ignite them. Secondly, provide context. Most shifts in long-term care are so hectic and people's jobs are so compartmentalized that they often miss the larger story of how their work actually touches people's lives. You can reframe tasks by providing some personal context. And I think, for example, of the housekeeping aide. Have you ever heard a housekeeping aide say, look, I'm just a housekeeping aide? No, you're an infection control agent. Use that example and show what can happen if that person didn't do their job properly. The impact. So you can use that imagery effectively. It will have an impact. And thirdly, we're a hockey country here, and we've all heard the cliche that goes, he shows up for every shift. If you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, you think of Wendell Clark, who was so typical of that player. If you're a Red Wings fan, you think of Nicholas Lidstrom. Every year he seems to win the Norris Trophy. And then, of course, the gentleman we talked about earlier, Wayne Gretzky, showed up for every shift. If person-centered care is going to become fully embedded in long-term care in this country, we need leaders who are willing to show up every shift. And that means showing up for work with their mind, body, and soul. Because you're role models in helping create a culture where others can do the same. I'm going to conclude very shortly now with a question. Does this sound lofty? Is this unattainable? Well, before you answer that question, please think about what Michelangelo uttered so many years ago.